Boom. Is it working? Am I here? Hi. Let me just check. Because I don't know if I'll set everything up right or not. We shall see. Hopefully you can hear me. Where's my mic thing? There it is. So hopefully you can hear me alright. Hi to my 3 viewers. How you doing? Let's just make sure that everything is working okay. Yep, I can see myself on there, so that's working, so we'll exit that. How are you all doing? You alright? All good, I hope. So, welcome to my first proper live stream. I've live streamed in the past, but they were just tests and me trying to get all my camera stuff set up and stuff. No real plan, as you can probably guess. I'm just gonna paint and stream it. So if you have any airbrush questions or whatever as I'm going along, feel free to type them in the chat. They'll pop up on the screen there, so I should see them. I'll answer any questions that you've got. And that's about it, really. That's yeah, that's it. So let's crack on, because I have a habit of waffling too much, and I don't want to do that in these. Hopefully the audio levels aren't too bad. If I'm too loud, let me know in chat, guys, and I'll turn the mic down. It's not peeking into the red, so hopefully it's okay. Sounds good. Cheers, buddy. Right, so what I'm doing here, if I change the camera so you can see what I'm up to, like that. This is a painting I started a little while ago, and I kind of fell out of love with it, really. It just didn't feel right, so I just put it to one side. So I figured I'd play with this tonight. This is just a bit of Bristol board, just thin Bristol board, nothing exciting. Paint wise, it is just Trident True Black and their concentrator, but I really use reduced stuff. So in my little Iwata Micron here, in that paint cup is 3 drops of the Trident Black and then 6 drops of their reducer concentrate, and then you can kind of see how full I've got the paint cup there. The rest is literally just water, so there's very little paint in there at all, really, and that's what it does. So I like painting with very reduced stuff. It can take a bit longer, but I like that. I like to build up my layers slowly. Gently does it, as they say. But there you go, that's what we've got. I find Trident is very heavy on the pigment. So even though this is like 99% water, it's still very dark. It doesn't take a lot to get a really dark black, so if you want some really light tones you have to go quite light. So what I'm planning to do here is finish off these feathers on this wing. All I've got here is just a bit of paper cut to the right shape. And then to get the feathers, I am just going to use a freehand shield. This one, I don't think you can get them anymore. Back in the old days, when I was young, there was a chap called Beej Curtis who owned Organic Image, and he brought out some flame stencils. Hey Trev, right buddy. And this is one of the stencils that Beej brought out. But you don't have to use one of these, anything with their shape. I mean, you could cut a wiggly shape out of a bit of cardboard and use it, that would work. And then I'm basically just going to wing it. Get it? Get the pun? Wing it. And I can assure you the farting noises are from the stencil, not from me, okay? Honest. Oh, look, now my dog wants to go out. You want to go out, buddy? There you go. I bet that sounds awful on the mic. Sorry. So I like to just get like just a rough shape. I mean, you can see the edge of that little feather there is still quite rough. I mean, the whole wing is still quite rough. I'm just getting the rough idea, and then I'll go in freehand and refine it later on. It's almost like sketching with the airbrush sort of thing. You just pick a shape that kind of looks like a feather, and just dust a bit in, basically. Don't lie, that noise is all you. It's not, honest. Alright, maybe a little bit. I did have another stencil kicking around that had great shapes for feathers, and do you think I can find it? I was frantically searching the place before the stream started, and I could not find it anywhere. Sod's law. You don't want to get too repetitive either, so I've used two shapes off of this for that. But now I don't want to use the same shape over and over again, so we'll get another one. These might be a bit too rounded, actually. That's not bad. This one's a bit too pointy, I think. Yeah. Although it does have a cool shape there. Bit of tip dry. Hopefully you can still see that. Yeah, you can. Good. That was that bit of paper, honest. I've got to do something about that, haven't I? Have I got any blue tack here? Yeah, there we go. Let's shove a bit of blue tack under there and hopefully stop it fine. I also find doing it this way, where you just roughly sketch it out with the stencil first and then go in freehand later to refine it, I find this helps get rid of all these really hard edges. I'm not a fan of really hard edges. It makes it look too stenciled, if that makes sense. So doing it this way just helps to knock those hard edges back a bit, you know. And the dog's back in, so I can shut the door and stop freezing to death. SS, what are we drawing? This is just a doodle, really, mate. This is a model friend of mine, Zoe, who I've shot with a lot of times, and this is from one of my photos that I took of her. I was just mucking about one day, really, and I just painted this and stuck some wings on her, just for a muck about. Glad you let them know. I wasn't sure if I would get away with calling my stream Saturday Squirtin, but I figured, hey, what's the worst that can happen? Because wings have like an outer part and an inner part, there would be a shadow here. So I'm just going to darken that bit down a bit. Not too much, because you don't want it to be too bad. Like all these little feathers here, they would be brighter than the little ones that are underneath there. Awful, isn't it? Okay, let's just dust in the edge there, just where we're going to want the feathers to end, and then let's get rid of this bit of paper. Hey, Roger Weeks, thanks for the subscription, mate. Much appreciated. Right, so now I've just dusted in some of that there, I should be able to remove this bit of paper, stop the fart noises, and still have an outline of where I want the wing. There we go, perfect. Right, no more farts. Well, there is a stampeding husky in the background. Hopefully you can't hear that. There'll be plenty of popping in and plenty dropping out on the basis of your channel's name. Yeah, probably. So I take it at least some of you are airbrushers. What are you currently working on? Let me know in chat. What are you up to at the moment? Anything exciting? Here I'm just doing some tiny dagger strokes just to get the texture of the feathers going. Nothing major. I'm going to try the old erasing technique to really get some detail going in there. But just a suggestion of the direction of where the little strands on the feather goes. Again, this is where having really reduced paint helps, because it's very light. It looks quite drastic on the camera there, like that bit there. That's much lighter in person. Thanks, Roger. Appreciate it, mate. There is my husky. Hopefully that didn't blow your ears off. Who are you woofing at, mate? My daughter's making pizza. I think I have a little custom bike to paint for my son soon, but I'm still learning the art. Ah, cool. That'd be awesome. I did a little custom scooter for my daughter a few years ago, and all her mates loved it. You'll get many brownie points for doing that for him, mate. Another good thing about using your paint so drastically reduced like this is you get very little tip dry. You still get a bit. It's water-based paint. You're not going to stop it. But you hardly get it. It's only every now and then. And you keep, I find anyway, you keep a really nice level of control over the paint constantly. I find if you just use it straight out the bottle or something, then it can get all clogged up, and your nozzle gets all clogged, or you'll get a chunk of dried paint in there that came out the bottle or something. Especially if you've got paints like mine that are about 10 years old. So reducing them drastically just gives you loads of control and a lot less hassles. Obviously, if you're doing something like a bike fuel tank or a car or something like that, then being this reduced could cause you issues. It could get spidering, or it could just take you forever to get to a full saturation. But personally, I like working with very reduced paint. Always have. Slightly coloured water, I think, as my old buddy Beach called it once. Slightly tinted water or something like that. Get him to have a go. Yeah, that'd be awesome, mate. That'd be wicked. My daughter likes drawing. My son's not interested at all. He's more interested in his Xbox. But my daughter likes art, but she's never picked up an airbrush. She loves drawing her manga stuff. She's really talented, actually. What's this trailer? Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar for the boy. Sold plenty of personalised crafty bits, tree decks, plaques, etc. for Christmas. Just gone. So the plotter has been busy. Nice. I even need to get a new plotter. Do you remember the Craft Robo? I've still got that, and it died. Sadly, it lasted 15 years, but it's died now. So I need a new plotter. But I also need food, so that'll have to wait. Just working through here, just knocking in some more shadows and the shadowy bits. Going around the edges a bit just to get rid of that hard edge that I mentioned before, and doing the little suggestions of texture in it. I'm not going for complete realism on this. I'm not amazing at that. I tend to steer on the more fantasy side of stuff, so you don't have to go for realism too much on that. I tend to go for a mixture of the two, sort of realistic-ish, but still got that cartoony fantasy art look about it. Start with a gold or silver base, then shadow something, don't know what, before the candy top coat. Oh yeah, that would look lovely. Yeah, there's something about a gold, a metallic base with candy over the top. It just looks cool. I've been gone for a while, but it's good to see you working again. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. Silhouette or crocodile, good. Yeah, I've heard that. I couldn't find Craft Robo when I had a look. I don't know if they're still going or not. But yeah, Silhouette was the first one that popped up when I was looking for a plotter. That pizza my daughter's cooking smells bloody amazing. That's not fair. Can we zoom in so you can see what I'm doing a bit better? Zoom. There you go. And then where are we? We are right there. I was watching you speak, that got me started. I have a lot to learn. I'm still learning, mate. I've been doing it for what, 15, 20 years, something stupid like that, and I'm still learning. You never stop learning, as they say. Has that been superseded by the silhouette, I think, of my graphic? Oh yeah. They also engrave. Oh wow. Ooh. I've been thinking about converting one of my old 3D printers into a CNC machine. That'll be fun. I'll probably stuff it up though and end up removing a finger or something, because I'm good at that. And I've got the joys of trying to replace the belt in my tumble dryer tomorrow. See how that goes. I always have to try and remember to not paint what I know is there, only paint what you would be able to see. I can't remember who it was who told me that. Might have been Mike Learn, I can't remember. But I used to always go way too heavy on the details. Like way too heavy on the details. Like all this detail in these feathers here, I would meticulously put every little strand in. It would take me forever, and I think it was Mike just turned around and said, you know, what the hell are you doing? You're making life so much harder for yourself. Just paint what you would be able to see. Don't paint what your brain is telling you exists there, because your eye wouldn't be able to pick up everything. Just paint what you would be able to see, and best bit of advice I ever read. It saves me loads of time. But I do quite often find myself doing stuff and thinking, well, hold on a minute, you wouldn't see that, so why the hell am I painting it? We're still on camera on that one. Let's go over a bit. Cool. Hopefully the camera's picking this up. Oh yeah, it is, that's cool. Well, that's an experience, airbrushing while you're looking at your computer screen and not what you're painting. Yeah, that's different. Let's zoom you out a bit. And then hopefully I'm not giving you all vertigo or anything, wobbling the camera around. Zoom is nice and clear. Yeah, I have got a obviously where I do photo shoots and stuff, I've got this beast of a Canon camera, and I was going to use that for the live streams, but I actually found that this like 20-year-old camcorder has got a better screen resolution, believe it or not. It's the camera I've used for all of my YouTube videos since day one, and it's still got a better resolution than that 600 quid Canon camera, which is nuts. I used to watch your vids years ago, but it's been a long time. Do you still paint any guitars? I do from time to time. Excuse me, losing my voice. But it's just for fun these days. The old commissions I stopped doing when I got my tattoo apprenticeship, which was, crikey, 9 years ago. I have thought about starting up the old commissions again, but the tattooing keeps me very busy, so I don't want to commit to doing commissions for someone and then have to keep telling them, sorry, I've had no time, so you'll have to wait longer. It's the last thing I want to do, so I've held off for now. Still loving your Microsoft Touch. I am indeed. That thing is a godsend. It really is. Before I had like a separate graphics tablet, and I would plug it into a laptop, and there would be wires everywhere, and it would just be a massive ball ache. And with that, it's the Surface Pro 7 that I've got, and it's beautiful. Well worth the £1.5 I paid for it, or rather paying for it. I'm still paying. Yeah, that's looking cool. Everything seems to... Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. Everything costs a fortune now. For example, from a tattooing point of view, just the latex gloves that we use used to be £4 a box. They're currently 10 to 12 quid a box. The bottles of ink used to be £7 a bottle. They're currently pushing 20 quid a bottle. It's just nuts. Everything is just, the cost of everything has just gone through the roof. And sadly, wages haven't gone up to match it. Oops, bit. Hello. Missed a bit of tip dry. Here's my compressor. Hopefully that's not coming up on the mic. It is a quiet one, so hopefully it won't be. So if you've got any suggestions for stuff you want to see on these live streams, obviously I'm just winging it a bit, you know. I didn't really know what to paint today. So if you've got anything you want me to have a go at and try and explain or whatever, then always feel free to put it in chat or drop me a private message on any of the socials or anything. I'm no expert, but I'll give anything a go. Definitely got a clock there. Hey Simon, welcome to the stream, buddy. Have a great feed, mate. It's good to see you back squirting away. Cheers, mate. Yeah, if any of you watching don't know, over on Facebook, Simon Carter there has a Facebook group called the Airbrush and Custom Paint Live TV Guide Group, and he set it up so that he tells you everybody who's doing airbrushing live streams. So if you're not on it already, go give it a look. Wouldn't mind seeing you paint up some of your 3D prints. Yes, mate, that I am planning to do that. I don't know if you saw on Instagram the other day, I posted pictures of, or a little video anyway, of a Zatanna figure that I'm currently printing. She's a DC comic character, and if I can pick it up without trashing the place. Actually, if I switch cameras, that'll be easier. So if I go back to there, hey, trying to drop it all. That's as far as I've got with it so far. She has legs, but nothing much else. So I'm plodding through the printing on that. Once I've got that printed, then I'll be streaming the paint on that. And there's a donking great star on it. That's what I printed last night. Some water and some doves that are supposed to come flying out of that hat. So yeah, once that's printed, then yeah, you'll see that on stream. What time is it? 8:41. Blimey, we must be having fun. We're currently in the middle of a blizzard. Got 2 feet of snow outside. Good God. Wow. Where are you, mate? Obviously not in the UK. Down south where I am, we've just got a bit of rain. And up north in Scotland, they've currently got a storm, but I don't think they've got a bunch of snow. I think it's just wind and rain. Good old traditional British weather. Thanks for giving me something to watch. You're welcome. Not the most entertaining stream, I must admit. I'll get better with time. Well, you can, if you've seen my YouTube videos, you can tell how comfortable I am in front of a camera by the amount of times I say in all my videos. It's like every other word. England sounds like the Pacific Northwest. Ah, Massachusetts. Ah. Well, hopefully, I hope it's not too bad over there for you. I hope it doesn't get much worse. And obviously, stay safe. Cold, grey and rainy, yeah. That's the British weather, that's for sure. Do you use any airbrush lube for dry tip? Nope, I don't use anything. I don't have the end on my airbrush, so you have to be careful you don't ding the needle and bend it, because of course I've never done that. But no, literally I'll just pick it off with my big girly thumbnail. The only lube I use in my airbrush is sort of like around about here when I'm cleaning it, and it's only a tiny bit. Cool, right. So we've got some texture in those feathers. We need some in those really light feathers up the top, I think. So they just don't look nice at the moment. And I've got a blockage. Blast that through. There she goes. You can see you back on the tube, mate. I still haven't forgot the SD card I gave you. Oh, mate, how you doing? Yeah, neither have I, buddy. Tell you what, bud. When you get a minute, shoot me a email or a message on Facebook or something. Let me know your address, okay? I'll sort you out with something. You saved my life at that KKBO. I went all the way up to, where was it? Was it Northamptonshire where they held it? I can't remember now, but it was way up north. It was a good few hours on the road to get up there. And I booked a shoot with a model who lived up there, and I took my camera and all that lot, had the model waiting in my hotel room, which sounds really dodgy, and went to start doing the shoot, and my camera said no SD card, and I didn't have any on me whatsoever, and he bailed me out. I was running around the show trying to find someone who had an SD card. There was no shops nearby that sold them. I was completely screwed. So he saved my bacon. And me being the amazing person that I am, I didn't give him any SD card back. And what is it? It's got to be about 10 years later, mate. It must have been about 10 years ago, something like that. Don't even know if KKBO is still going. Custom Culture Blast Off, to anybody who doesn't know. It was an airbrush show over here in the UK. It used to be organised by Pinstriping and Custom Graphics magazine. The lovely Linda and all that lot over there. But I don't think they organise it anymore. I haven't spoken to Linda in ages, actually. I should shoot her a message and say hello. This is where you have to go careful, because the Trident paint is so heavily pigmented that, like I showed you earlier, it's quite dark. So doing any of the texture on these light feathers up here, you could go too dark very easily. So you have to be ever so careful. Get a bit overzealous and you'll find out they end up being the same tone as all these dark ones, you know. Yeah, you really did help me out, mate. I'm forever grateful for that. Yeah, I heard it was going under new management. I don't know who's organising it though. I heard it's still up north, and sadly I had to stop going because my wife's health, nothing major. She's got multiple sclerosis, and I couldn't leave her to look after the kids and all that lot for a weekend all on her own. She needed my help, so I had to stop going, sadly. If it was closer to me down here, then I'll be able to go, but same with tattoo conventions, I can't really go to those either unless they're pretty close by and I can come home in the evening. Okay, I reckon that might do that wing for now. We darken up a bit more in there. Right, one thing that's been bugging me for a while on this one, if I zoom out, is that her shoulder is way too bright. Because the light source is coming from this direction, so that wing will be casting a shadow on this shoulder, so that's way too bright. So what pressure do you spray at? That is a very good question. My compressor is currently set to... The compressor's set to 30 psi, but the Micron tones it down. So I'm not sure what comes out of the Micron, but coming out of my compressor is 30 psi. I think the Infinity does the same. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's a bit more. Yeah, look at the state of that thing. You can tell I've had that for a long time, can't you? Like all the nickels come off it. Poor old thing. It's lasted me well though. Custom skull trigger as well, look. Gotta clean my brushes. Alright buddy, you take care. It's nice to hear from you. What time is it? Blimey. 8 minutes to 9. My good lady wife will be home just after 9, so that's when I have to say goodbye. Right, so I want that to be darker, but I wouldn't mind keeping the bright highlight down the edge of this. So I don't think I've got a stencil that's the right sort of shape. So I might have to just do it bit by bit. That's almost the right shape. There we go, now we're cooking with gas. So that bit there to there is the right shape for there. So if I just spray in that bit. I want to keep that highlight as well. That's pretty much just a straight line there. So I can get another stencil. Lay that over the top. So put that back in place. Lay that over the top like so. There we go, instant mask. Nah. Nope, nope, nope. Almost. I hate masking. If I could never mask another thing again, I'd be happy. Sadly, it's a big part of airbrushing. There we go. So here we are. So I've maintained the highlight along there, but I've just darkened up this shoulder so it looks a bit more realistic. Her arm needs to be a bit darker as well. Gently does it though, because she's got nice light skin, so we don't want to make her look too dark. Don't want to give her a tan or anything. Really don't know what direction to take this picture. I've been looking at a lot of Jay Ferguson's work lately. That guy is freaking incredible, and the style he paints in is the exact style that I just love. So I've been proper cyber stalking him for ages now. Everything he does, I just love it. So I might take this in that kind of a direction, but I don't want to look like I'm copying him. So it's a tricky one, because he does a lot of like running mascara makeup and stuff like that. No pupils in the eyes. I've always done that, but just because I really have trouble getting them straight, I always give them wonky eyes. So yeah, I'm not sure. I got to do the other wing yet. I might do that really big, like coming up here, rather than just a little one. Because of the way she sat, this shoulder is sticking up in the air, so she's got that up there, so that would suggest that this wing would be coming up higher than that one. But I don't know. Who knows? Just working in some more shadows where they're needed. So the light would be coming through that gap there and highlighting that bit, so we'll leave that little bit there bright. Those are further away from the body, so they would be catching the light. This elbow, the light's from there, so it will be darker down here. So this elbow here is a little bit bright, not a lot, but if the light source is coming from up here, that arm would be casting a heavier shadow on there, so I'll sort that out in a minute, but this wouldn't be quite as bright as this, because this is closer to the light than that. Just like that. And then we've got to put in a heavier shadow from the elbow. Like that. Bit more shadow on the boob. Hello Clive mate, how you doing? Yeah, what time is it? Oh, I'm a minute late. I'm gonna have to go guys, because Mrs. Svee will be on her way home and then she'll want to watch EastEnders and all that rubbish, and I'm currently in the dining room, so the living room is just behind me, so when she wants the telly I'll have to shut up. But I hope you've enjoyed this stream. Like I say, it's my first real one. It was a bit all over the place, didn't know what to paint, etc, etc, but I hope it's been alright. I will save this picture until next Saturday when I'm streaming again, so I'll make this just a stream only thing. If I zoom out you'll be able to see all of it. Oh, I am fully zoomed out. Alright. So yeah, I'll make this picture just a stream only thing, so we'll work on it again next week, 8 o'clock again, and yeah, Thanks for sharing, mate. Have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, you too, buddy. Cheers then, guys. Take it easy. And let's switch back to that one. Take care. And I'll see you next week, hopefully. Cheers. Now, can I figure out how to stop this stream? There should be a button here somewhere. He said.